Right, and you're listening to WICR.
This is Tim McCarthy from ESPN.
Hello, Iona College. Welcome back to the WICR Morning Show. I am your host with the most, Jersey Joe, coming with my main man, Armand Medeo. And as you can see if you're watching on the live stream, I've got my Atlanta Falcons jersey on. Armand...
Cameron Wake.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great football Sunday. Armand is a very happy Dolphins fan. My teams play tonight, but I'm a big Matt Ryan guy, so it was nice to see there. And before we get into the world news, Armand, why don't you give us a little bit of what you thought of the weekend? Some big games, some big disappointments.
The weekend was great in football. What start can you get better than the week we've had so far? I mean, let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons, hushing all the critics with a comeback win in their first week against the New Orleans Saints with that new defense that they have over there. I mean, Matt Ryan put up some great numbers, threw for over 450 yards, had about, 3 touchdowns?
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe the Atlanta Falcons are back to their normal self and maybe playoff bound this year.
Absolutely. I mean, that's kind of what we were talking about this morning. We were saying, I mean, the Falcons lose that game last year. Mm-hmm. That's the kind of game that they lost last year, and I really hope that that's kind of going to set this tone for Atlanta this year because I love Matt Ryan. Last year, I could not understand what happened there, so it's really promising to see there. And, I mean, we just had a ton of upset with the Bears yesterday. The Patriots getting shut in the second half. I mean, for the people who maybe don't follow the Dolphins as closely, I mean, you're a big Dolphins guy. You know the team as well as anybody. What do people who don't follow the Dolphins closely need to know about this team this year?
Well, the Dolphins' offensive line has went through a lot of chaotic situations in the coming on since last year, and this year they built. I mean, Mike Pouncey's back. They have a rookie Jawan James they drafted. So I mean, there's a lot of good guys in this line. And No Sean Moreno was a great pickup for them. He ran for about 130 yards. Back ran for about 60. They both had a touchdown each. So I mean, this is great for the Dolphins. And on the defensive end, the front four between Cameron Wake and Jared Oderick coming on the sides, and Randy Starks in the middle at the nose tackle. I mean, these guys are looking great. We held Tom Brady to 35 yards from beyond scrimmage. So that's just great numbers right there. We had 20 unanswered points. If Miami could play like this, maybe they have a shot for the playoffs. But I mean, they started last year. They started off 3-0.
Monday night against the Saints, then everything fell apart. Well,
England at home last year too. So
yeah, look, they played New England tough. At home and on the road the last couple of years, so I mean it's nothing new, and I'm gonna have my eye on the Dolphins. I know the Jets fans listening this morning are gonna be very happy because it's unbelievable. The Bills, the Jets, and then the Dolphins all 1-0. New England is 0-1. That doesn't happen very often, but that's a nice little recap, giving you a little bit of thoughts for about the NFL. We'll have a sports show on the Sports Vault at 11 o'clock, and we'll give you a full rundown of everything else. But this is the morning show, and we like to give you a little taste of everything. So let's go to the other big New York sports story yesterday. Derek Jeter's ceremony. Obviously, here's my big thing, Armand. I would have loved to watch the whole thing. Obviously, would have loved to watch the whole thing. But I can't figure out for the life of me, why would the Yankees put this right before football starts? Everybody's so excited for week 1. You're going to be right in front of your TV, and people I just can't understand it. Why?
It was definitely not a smart decision by the New York Yankee organization. I'm sure a lot of people were not. I mean, a good amount of Yankee fans were tuning in, but I mean, a lot of people love football. Football is America's sport right now. Baseball is sort of a dying breed, but I mean, one of the greatest had his commencement speech yesterday, so I'm sure a good amount tuned in, but it was not a good decision at all, Joe.
The one thing I did think was pretty cool, which I did see before football started, was Michael Jordan coming out. I mean, they had a pretty star-studded cast coming out, but when MJ comes out for you, that's pretty special, right?
You know what they should have done? The Yankees should have probably played Sunday Night Baseball yesterday. That would have been better.
Yeah, it was Tigers-Giants. Game
it should have been the Yankees.
Could you imagine the ratings on that game for the Colts and the Broncos on Sunday Night Football? Man. There's probably 4 people watching that baseball game.
Yeah, probably. Baseball ratings anywhere are being dropped.
And maybe that's the problem with the Yankees holding that thing. I mean, baseball's just not willing to accept that they're not the number 1 sport anymore. I mean, they act like they are. They ignore the facts, but the NFL is king, and it just rules everything right now. Baseball, it really is just dying in terms of ratings. But
unless Clayton Kershaw's on the mound.
oh yeah, I mean I never miss Clay, and he is actually pitching tonight, which is gonna make watching those Monday night games kind of difficult. But we got a
doubleheader.
I can't miss my man. Oh, and then Ken Reichman.
There he
looks
is.
like he just showed up. Let's go to a quick commercial
There he
break,
is.
and then we'll get Ken situated on the air here.